ladies and gentlemen. I hope all of you are doing great. Well, I'm here again. And today I thought that we should talk about vocabulary, how to learn vocabulary and how to learn new words in our daily life. Step number one is going to be that you will buy a dictionary for yourself. Oxford Dictionary out there is a good one, but nowadays that has become redundant. People don't buy dictionaries anymore. So they download dictionaries in their phone. So my favorite dictionary in the phone is Merriam-Webster. I'll put an icon of it here so that you know how it looks, and download that because it gives you very simple meanings of the words. It gives you origin of the word, and the best part is that it makes easy sentences of the words there. There's another pro to this one, that it also gives you the pronunciations, the American pronunciation and the British pronunciation of each word. All right. The first step in learning vocabulary is to read. I have been stressing on it a lot. I teach English and I keep on telling everyone to read, to build a habit of reading. The more you read, the better you get at your vocabulary, the better you get at learning new words. So read. Read anything you like. It doesn't have to be the history books only or such undigestible books. You can buy a book whichever is of your choice. You can even buy books on which movies are made, so that you like movies and you like a movie Godfather, you get a book of that. You like Harry Potter, you get a book of that. You like Lord of the Rings, you get a book of that. You like Game of Thrones, you get a book of that. So get books of those and start reading. The more you read, the more words you're going to find. You're going to find new words and you're going to check their meanings. And then the next time you'll be incorporating them in your text. Okay, then comes the step number 2. It can be either flashcards or it can be a journal that you keep. So every new word that you learn must be written down. Okay, my practice was to make flashcards. I used to make a flashcard, a piece of paper, and I used to write the word on the front side of the paper and a meaning on the back side of the paper. So after doing that, I would even write a sentence under the meaning. So whenever I got time, I used to revise my flashcards. And it makes your memory tracks. The more you revise, the more your memory tracks get stronger and stronger, and the more you use those words in your normal communication and writing. So be certain of this fact, that if you see a word, if you look it up, if you find the meaning of that word and you don't write it down and you don't keep it safe for future, you are never going to remember the word. The next time you see it, it might strike you that yes, I have seen the word, but you are not going to be able to remember the meaning of that word. So by now we have understood that first of all, we have to read anything and everything that we get hold of. Secondly, we write them down. Third is a very interesting thing. What you need to do is that you need to watch movies, you need to watch series, you need to watch songs, anything of your choice. You're wasting time basically. You're doing something leisurely and you are watching a movie or you are watching a series on Netflix. What you need to do is switch the subtitles on. Please, I know it has become a fashion telling people that the subtitles bug me, the subtitles don't make me feel good, they're a distraction. They might be, I understand. But for the person who is trying to learn English, who's trying to learn vocabulary, subtitles play a very important role.
So, imagine this. It's getting quite late, and you're sat in the dark office of Don Vito Corleone, patiently waiting for the Don. Soon, you hear the doors slowly open, followed by a series of footsteps. The Don himself and his trusted men enter the room.
Number 1, you know the correct spellings of the word. Number 2, the person is speaking and you see the word down there. You know how to say it. You know the right pronunciation of the word. So that is how you learn words. So I totally recommend switching your subtitles on when you're watching something on the screen. So some recommendations to watch are TED Talks, podcasts, movies, series, songs, news, all of these. You can watch any of these. Now, there is a little thing that you need to remember. That is that when you start doing this, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult. Listening and reading the subtitles all together is going to be a very difficult task. But with time, the difficulty level will start decreasing. And you will easily understand. And you will be listening and you will be reading the subtitles all together. Right? So what we need to do is, we have to be consistent. Now something new has been introduced and they are known as audiobooks. So what you can do is get an audiobook, but I do not recommend just listening to the book. So what you need to do is buy a real book as well and then get hold of that audiobook. You put your AirPods on or your hands-free on, and then you start that book and hold a book in your hand, and along with that script which is going on in your ears and your mind, you need to read on the book. Do it all together. Do the both things together. So you're listening and you're reading at the same time. That will help a lot in understanding words, in getting new words, in getting the pronunciation of the words, and that is a good way of learning new words. Another very important source from which you can learn new words is the newspaper. So get hold of a newspaper, pick it up, read the newspaper, and then simply underline the words which are new for you. There are going to be a number of new words for you. What you need to do is make a flashcard or put that word in your journal. So you need to learn new words through the newspapers as well. There is a book called GRE, Barron's GRE. I'm going to mention it here. That book contains a list of 3,000 to 3,500 words, which are big, humongous words, and those words are very difficult and pretty difficult to learn. So what you need to do is learn those words by making flashcards or by writing them in your journal. And again, I'll emphasize on the fact that the more you revise, the better you will be at learning these words. So this is one source, another source of learning vocabulary. Now, the source doesn't matter. You're learning from the books, you're learning from the movies, you're learning from newspaper, you're learning from the GRE word list, master word list, whatever it is. At the end of the day, it only matters that do you remember the word or not? When you're communicating, when you're talking, when you're writing, do you use those words or not? If you're not using those words, there is no use of learning them. So, you have to strengthen your memory tracks. How do we do that? We keep repeating and revising the words which we have learned. The more you revise, the better you will be at remembering them. And when you remember a word and you've made a sentence of that word, you know exactly where to use it. And you will slowly and steadily incorporate it in your script. So that is all for vocabulary. I hope it was helpful. If you have any question, please leave in the comment section and I'll make sure that I'll get back to you. Thank you. Take care. See you in the next video.